the overall story. There is a mole in the Secret Intelligence Service, British Secret Intelligence Service, MI5, MI6. He's infiltrated I'm trying to think of I've lost the word. I'm trying to think of the infrastructure. That's the word I was looking for. And he is at the very, very top of. It's one of 5 people who are at the top. And when you meet my character, Mr. George Smiley, who works there, has been outed, pushed into forced retirement. They discover that there's a mole. He is giving secrets away to the Russians, and they recruit super spy George Smiley to come in and investigate and find out who it is.
Now, there are all these references to the circus. What is the circus exactly?
The circus is, in fact, the building where MI6 is housed. And John le Carre is great with names and made up a whole jargon for this movie, which I believe I hear that now the people at MI6 have adopted some of these names that he came up with. The circus is in fact the building where it's housed, and it's at Cambridge Circus in London. So it's at those buildings on that. There's like a roundabout, big roundabout there. We have those in England. You don't see them. You rarely see them here, and that's where it gets its name, the circus. But there's people who forge passports and that. They're called shoemakers. And there's lamplighters and streetwalkers. Mothers are the women that work at MI6. They're called that do all the secretaries that do all the paperwork, and they're called the mothers. And there's this whole jargon that he came up with.
Code to everything. There's a code to everything.
Yeah.
So Smiley is a bit of a departure from the characters we're used to seeing you play, very eccentric, if you will. What was it about this character that attracted you to it, or to him?
Well, the book is very famous. There's been quite a few actors that have played him before, notably Alec Guinness, but there was James Mason has played him, and Denholm Elliott and Anthony Hopkins. I knew the books. I'm old enough to remember the television series. It's iconic. I mean, it came in, and there's actually quite a sweet story, because my American agent Jim, didn't know anything about this, but my manager had actually produced 2 plays with Sir Alec Guinness. And in the old days, when he was a Broadway producer, and knew Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, so my agent called and he said, "There's this thing come in, and it's from Working Tile. It's called I don't know, Tinker something, Spy." And he said, "Yes. What's the part?" And he said, "I don't know. It's this guy. There's some guy called George Smiley." And my manager said, "Yes."
Right off the bat, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a very rare occurrence. It came in as an offer, rather than one chasing a role where you're one of the 5 usual suspects that go up for a role.
Okay. These spies seem very reserved on the surface. What's gurgling beneath Smiley's reserved demeanor?